everyone, MeltingMan234 here, and welcome to another Forgotten Media Halloween special, where I dig up some stuff beyond the grave. Ha ha ha. Now last year I did an episode on some lesser-known Munster films, and at the end of the episode I briefly mentioned a film that I didn't have time to get around to. Well, it looks like it's a better time than any to finally look at this film, and I gotta say, I must have gotten real lucky in finding this VHS. That's right, we're finally going to look at that film that I didn't have time to do last year. Apparently, the VHS copy that I got was available at Hollywood Video, a movie rental store that no longer exists. And it was a top hit. Well, not anymore. But enough about that. Let's take a look at this monstrous Munsters film special. Yeah, I had to throw that pun in. Here Come the Munsters was made by Universal and was first shown as a TV special on Fox on Halloween of 1995, before being released on the video. The story is about the Munster family, Herman, Lily, Grandpa, and Eddie, getting tired of living their lives in Transylvania, pestered by angry villagers and all that. So they decide to go to America to visit their relatives, Norman, Elsa, and Marilyn Hyde. But they find out that Norman is missing and Elsa is under the Transylvanian trance, and the only way to revive her is to find Norman. Meanwhile, a presidential campaign is going on where Brent Jekyll is running for Congress, and seeing as how Norman Hyde is missing and Brent Jekyll just came out of nowhere, I'm sure you can find the connections to that. This is a film that differs from the Munsters' normal canon, such as Grandpa's lab being under the stairs where Spot normally lives, or how Grandpa turned an ordinary hearse into the Munster coach that we all know, which is completely different from how it was in the TV show. But I didn't mind. This is a film that tries to reintroduce the Munsters and does it the right way. Unlike what Mockingbird Lane tried to do. Aside from many Munsters, this is the first Munster film to feature new actors playing the Munster family. Edward Herrmann does a decent job playing Herman. Robert Morse as Grandpa is okay. He has the energy, but could never top off Al Lewis. And as for everyone else, they're okay. I know that's what I said about some of the actors in Mockingbird Lane, but honestly, I don't have much to say about them except that they were okay. The movie does a fair job in acting like the show, with its quirky humor and such, but it feels like there's a little bit of racism in the film. There are segments like the police force or Brent Jekyll talking about their disgust towards foreigners, hence why Jekyll is running for Congress to get rid of the foreigners in America. But in the end, the moral is just be yourself and accept others no matter what race or religion they are, but I don't know, it feels a little off to me. With that questionable detail out of the way, there are some fun little moments in the film. Like we get to see Spot here and there, who's just a big head with big glowing eyes, just like in the original TV show. There's also a segment where Grandpa gets Herman out of jail, which leads into a whole car chase scene, so yeah, the film does have its moments. There's even a few segments where Eddie goes crazy from seeing the full moon and turns into a full-fledged werewolf attacker. It seems like that was something that was never touched upon in the original series. Eddie was a werewolf, but we never really see him do anything aside from howling at the moon. The most memorable scene from the movie is a scene where Herman is a waiter at a restaurant, and he is serving some customers played by Al Lewis, Yvonne DiCarlo, Pat Priest, and Butch Patrick. That's right, the original Munster cast, with the exception of Fred Gwynne, who passed away before the film went into production. It's a funny little scene that Munster fans might enjoy, but other than that, that covers most of the topics related to Here Come the Munsters. It does a good job reintroducing them to new audiences. The racism thing is questionable, and it's okay. Not good, not bad, but okay. At least it's a lot better than Mockingbird Lane. The film only got a VHS release, which has gone out of print, hence why they're so hard to find these days. But it's amazing that this is a Munster film nobody brings up, probably because nobody went and saw it, or they just forgot all about it. Nowadays, I've recently discovered that the film actually got a DVD release. That's right, after all these years, the film finally got a DVD release. In Europe. So, if you're one of those people that don't live in Europe, and you really want to know what this film is all about, then good luck in trying to find this film anywhere else. In closing, Here Come the Munsters is okay. It is what it is. A decent attempt to bring them back, but I felt like it could have been a lot better. Now, of course, there are some other Munster topics that I could do, like the Christmas special or Munsters Today, but I'll save those for later. Not next year, but some other time. Besides, I've got plenty of other Halloween-related topics that I could do next year. Well, that wraps up this episode of Forgotten Media. So this is Melting Man 234 signing out and wishing everyone a happy and safe Halloween. What? I like blueberry cereal. Melting Man 234 here, and welcome to another episode of Forgotten Media. Right. Wait, first take and I screwed up. Now last year I did some... Yeah, I did some... normal canon, such as the... here and there who's just a head with glowing eyes, just like in the original film, TV show. We get to see Spot here and there who's just a head with floating eyes. That would be scary. And there who's just a giant head with big eyes. Nah, glowing eyes. Ugh. Just a giant head with big This is a monster film that nobody brings up, probably because that Nowadays, I've recently discovered that the movie has actually gotten a DVD release. Nah, I'm stuttering on that line. But it's amazing that nobody brings up this film in Munsters top. What? I like blueberry cereal. I'm gonna have blueberry cereal all over the place when I get done with this. What? I like blueberry cereal. Don't judge me.